Hi everyone, this is Heather from the Flourish.Academy, where our goal is to equip you with the best techniques and tips to make you a better and more efficient photographer. In this video, we're going to look at ISO performance, but first, make sure you check out all of the free resources available on our website at Flourish.Academy. For the past 6 years, I've been shooting with two Nikon D700 bodies, which I love. They have been complete workhorses for me, and I've never had an issue. But I recently picked up a Nikon D750, well, because I needed it. It was actually just quite fun to have a new toy to play with, and so I wanted to check the ISO performance of the D700 versus the D750 because that's something that's important to me as a wedding photographer. I shoot in a lot of very low light conditions, and I just wanted to give you an overview of my setup. This is not overly scientific, but it was more just for fun for me to examine the performance of the ISO on each camera. When I looked at the D700, which we see here at ISO 1600 versus the D750 at ISO 1600, I really didn't notice that much of a difference. Let's zoom in to check closer. And when I'm trying to determine which camera performs better, I'm really looking in the shadow areas to see if I can notice the digital grain or noise. And I'm not sure how well this is going to translate in video, but I will say I just see slightly more grain in the D700 than the 750, but really not a deal breaker. Let's jump up to a much higher ISO. So this is ISO 25,600 on the D700, which is the highest that it goes. And yeah, I would expect a lot of grain in this image. When I look at the D750, at the same ISO, I would say that what I notice is that the pattern of noise is cleaner. It's still there, but it's not as noticeable as the 700. And then naturally, I push the ISO to the limit on the D750, which is 51,200. I purposefully underexposed the image so we could really bring out the noise. And as I zoom in, again, I think the difference I notice most is that the pattern is cleaner. And even if I pull up on the exposure, I can see that. Now you can come into Lightroom and reduce the noise with the luminance noise reduction. And if you take a look at that before and after, it looks pretty good. But the final test for me was determining how far I can push the ISO on the D750 and still feel comfortable with the results. So I went through incremental changes in the ISO and just started to examine the grain to see at what point it left me feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Like I wouldn't want to shoot that at a wedding. And for me, personally, and this is going to be different for everyone, I felt pretty comfortable up to about ISO 5000 on the D750 on a regular basis without even thinking. And I would push it further in extreme environments. And really, this just depends on your tolerance for noise in your images. I hope that you found this useful. I'll see you in the next video.